So in this video, I'm going to show you the tools necessary for completing the Being AFIS lab activity. So first, you're going to be given a partial print. So we want to click on that print. We want to look up here to format options. And what we want to do is look at recolor. Okay? And what happens is you have a lot of different colors you can turn this into. You can pick whichever you like. I like the two on the right-hand side. That's dark 1 or dark 4. I'm going to go with dark 1 for right now. Okay, and then what else? The other things you could do is you can go to adjustments and you could try to contrast that a little bit and see if you can get those lines to really stick out and really be able to see some of the minutia marks, right? So you could play with that. I'll leave it right around here. Okay. And now what we have to do is make our circles really. All right, so I'm going to go up here to shapes. I'm going to click on shapes and click on circle. I'm going to make it fairly big just for the start because it's easier to play with and move around. So then we're going to go up here. We're going to click on fill color. We're going to hit transparent. Just to the right of that, we'll hit border color. We'll make that red. And then we're going to hit border weight, and I'll make it approximately 3. Now what we want to do is we want to make a bunch of these because we're going to be looking for 10 minutia marks. So you can do one of two things. You can go up here to edit and hit copy and then hit paste a bunch of times, or you can use the shorthand or shortcut, and on your keyboard it's Control-C and then Control-V. And they'll all kind of like line up and try to keep them away from your picture forever. Now, what we want to do is find our minutia marks and start circling them. So we're going to use the zoom. I'm going to try to pick somewhere where I think I see some minutia marks, and a great one to start with here would be a delta. So I want to make sure I go back and click the little arrow here. That gives me the ability to move this circle. The circle here. And maybe I'll close in on a little bit just so it looks a little bit neater. Okay, since we're here, we can look to see if we have any others. This looks like we have somewhat of like a short ridge right there where that line kind of stops. So that would be one. I'm going to zoom back out. Let's go back to here. We'll zoom back in. Looks like we got something right here. We got an ending ridge. Whoops. Let's move some of our circles a little bit closer. Sorry. That's the only downside to zooming. And the reason why you don't want to start moving your picture all over the place is because the circles will not follow for right now. There's a way that you can get them all to fix in place, but if I start moving this picture around to get closer to the circles, these yellow, red circles over here won't move with the picture. And then you got to kind of reset everything. So I'm going to go to this where we see this. It's like side-by-side ridge endings. We'll look a little bit closer. And when you're in this position, if you want, you can go back to the picture format options and then say, all right, maybe we have to bring the contrast back down. Maybe bring that back up. Maybe we have to change the color to see a little better. You know, you choose what you need to do. Okay. We'll look here. Looks like we have a somewhat of a bifurcation there, and on you go. Okay, I'm not going to do all 10 just for the sake of time. Next, we're going to have to connect these minutia marks, right? Let's say we have another one over here. Let's say we have just where these lines are kind of ending. There we have it. Now we have to make lines to connect them. So we're going to go up here to line. And you can do this one of two ways. You can do the same thing, make your lines on the side, or what I'll do here is I'm just going to go from here to here, from one minutia mark to the other. I'm going to click on that line. I'm going to go up here and let's make it yellow so it stands out different from the circles. And I'll make that a 3. Once again, click on line. Make a line up to there. We want to change that color to yellow again and make its weight about 3. We go down to this one and kind of making it somewhat of a circular pattern makes it a little bit easier to see, because you're going to be matching this up to a known suspect. So you're going to try to make the exact same patterns on both fingerprints. So now we match this. Ooh, it stayed on 3 for us. Perfect. Okay, so you see we have our geometric pattern there. And then if we wanted to lock this in place, so the circles do move with it, we're going to highlight the entire thing. You hit arrange and you hit group. And by doing that, now when I move it, all the circles move. The reason why that's important is because if I hit ungroup, and let's say, oh, now I'm going to move the picture, notice how all the circles stay. Okay. So your best bet right now is not to try to match everything back up. What you should do is go hit your undo button. The undo button is the greatest thing that you'll run into for mistakes. And that'll just return it to your last step. Now, if we wanted to go 2 steps back, we can keep going back and back and back, but I think we're good right there. Okay. The next thing you would do is find your suspect from your suspect list, bring that in, and do this exact same thing. Try to find the exact same minutia marks and make this exact same pattern on it. All right. Hope that helps. And that's your overview of what I will be going over in class as well.